Hi, my name is Elwin and thank you for checking out Moriarty vs. Moriarty. Moriarty vs. Moriarty is a strategical bidding game with bluffing and area control. It's a two-player only game and plays between 20 minutes. In this game, both players claim to be the world's greatest criminal mastermind, Professor James Moriarty, who famously defeated Sherlock Holmes. Flex your intellect and cunning and take over the city, proving that you are the one and true Professor James Moriarty. To do that, you need to send your agents to infiltrate different locations in the city, to gain control and gain resources. The challenge is, your rival is trying to do the exact same thing. So, you need to correctly deduce your rival's intentions whilst feigning your own plans in order to get the most out of each round. Spread your control and avoid arrest. The player with the most victory points at the end of the game wins. To explain how that happens, let's take a look at the game. This is the city, and here are the agents. The game is played over several rounds, with each round separated into 4 phases. During the assigned phase, players will be allocating their agents face down to any of the 7 locations. This is essentially players placing their bids. You may also place more than one agent in a location. Agents have strength values ranging from 1 to 6, and you will note that agent token designs reflect this, where odd value agents have a black border around their token, whilst the even value agents do not. A big part of the game revolves around how players interpret or present this information, as they may actually use it to mislead their rival during critical moments. Once the assignments are over, we proceed to the action phase, where the bids are resolved. For each location, the player with the highest accumulated strength wins the bid. The winner then places cubes inside the rooms of these locations, indicating their level of control and number of resources at the location. The number of cubes you place is dependent on which agent you won the bid with. When the room is maxed out with cubes, the player is granted a reward, which is usually free cubes to be placed anywhere else. You'll see this mechanism make a quick return in the later part of this video. Once all the bids are resolved, you'll go into the buy phase, where you spend resources to execute missions or recruit accomplices, both offering different effects and bonuses. For example, I could spend 2 credits from this location to gain this mission card, which offers me 3 intel resources in return. If you remember from before, maxing out a room triggers rewards, which you must resolve immediately. By placing these 3 intel cubes, they incidentally help me max out the number of cubes for this room, offering me a free cube, which I can place here, for example, activating another bonus cube, which I can then place here. As you can see, players have the opportunity to create chain reactions during any phase of the game, constantly setting up for combos and then pulling them off. These rounds repeat until one of the endgame conditions are met, and then players will compare their victory points. While there are many ways to score victory points, the main way is by having the most cubes in different locations. So, players have to make pretty firm decisions as to which resources they're willing to spend for bonuses and deciding where to place their reward cubes. And that's the gameplay. What I really enjoy about this game is that even though it incorporates bluffing and chaos, it never feels unfair because there's always just enough information for you to deduce the possible outcomes, but never enough to be sure. Yet, it still plays out like a medium-weight Euro game. Also, most of the bluffing elements are actually incorporated into the game's components, so it's not forced and creates a lot of emergent strategies. This has been evident in the designer playtests that this game has been tested at, where the feedback has mostly resonated with the points I've just made. So there you have it. I love a good Euro-style game, and I also love a little bit of chaos. Moriarty vs. Moriarty offers just that. If you're interested in learning more, do contact me with my contact details below. Thanks.